Do you have a diverse community of friends that can help you achieve the kind of health that you desire? What's going on, guys? Dr. Shawn here. I'm the author of Discover Choice. If you're new here, welcome. Join this conversation we've been having on how to achieve the kind of health you want, how to achieve the power of choice you need in order to make the changes you want in your life and achieve the health goals you want in your life. As you'll recall, and as you may know, I started this particular podcast inspired by people I see every day, all the time, with health circumstances and people that want to achieve higher levels. I listen to them where they are, and I see people get to certain places, and I've been studying this for years, and I'd like to bless you with the information as I have so been blessed. If you've been here, welcome back. But here's back to the question. Do you have a community of folks, friends, family, people that are close around you that are able to support the kinds of health endeavors you want? Now, yesterday, I saw a gentleman, 46 years old. He came into the hospital because, in his words, I just wasn't feeling good. I wasn't feeling right, quote unquote. He was describing a headache, nausea, and blurred vision. He told me his balance was okay, but then at the same time, he drove himself to the emergency department. When he got out of his car, he told me that one of the people that was just outside suggested that he get a wheelchair. So I don't know what that says about his balance if people that were around suggested that maybe he needed a wheelchair. Anyway, he came into the hospital, and it was very quickly determined that he was having a neurological event because his blood pressure was so high. It was like 220 over 100 and something. We brought his medications, we brought his blood pressure down by giving medications. And by the time I saw him, his headache had improved a lot. He wasn't tearing anymore. Usually we describe headaches like this, 10 of 10 in terms of intensity. Now his headache was about a 5 of 10 in terms of intensity, so it was half of what it was initially. And so he wasn't in dire straits, and some of the first questions he was asking had to do with, when can I get off of medications? It's really kind of a serious and kind of a weird question, given that he was just getting ready to have his, a major stroke event. But part of this had to do with his community. He was with his girlfriend at the time, and she was saying, well, he really doesn't eat that bad. I mean, maybe he could use a few more vegetables here and there, but his diet is not bad. She wasn't talking about the healthiness of his diet. She was talking about the fact that it really wasn't that bad. And he went on to tell me that he was in the quote-unquote third quarter of his life. And I asked him a question to clarify, what do you mean the third quarter of your life? He says, oh yeah, my dad and some of the guys in my family, we always refer to the 40s as the third quarter of our life, kind of jokingly. And he was saying that he was probably about 256 pounds, but really he wanted to be around 225. And he went on saying that he probably could benefit from maybe not smoking as much cigarettes and maybe leaving the Tito's alone. And I had to clarify, what are Tito's? What are those? And then he told me that it was a type of vodka that he drinks regularly. And but other than that, he says he is pretty healthy. And he was convincing me he's always been healthy. He skates a lot regularly. And I listened to this conversation, and I could hear that he's around a lot of people that influence his health, his girlfriend, his father, his community. And it sounded like he was just one person in his mix who had ideas about health and about where he was heading that were not realistic at all. So it made me think to have this video, because I have these conversations all the time, and it's so much to unpack when I'm standing in front of a person in the hospital. And then they ask me, so how do you think I'm gonna do? So that's why I have this podcast. So anyway, I wanted to recommend that we have a diverse community of friends that will help us to achieve a higher level of health. Maybe we have some people around that are very positive and that are inspiring and think about the possibilities and think about what could be, ways to get there. They're working on it. They haven't lost hope. Maybe we have some people around that are aware of risks, okay, people that are risk averse. Maybe a couple of people like that. Maybe a couple of people they've been experienced. Maybe they have some medical background. Maybe they have some health-related and performance improvement background, personal performance improvement background. It's helpful if we can have a good balance of friends around that can help us achieve the goals that we want. If we have everybody around us that is perhaps interested in the same level of health that we are living, well then many times we are going to be caught by the natural changes that occur in our environment, internally and externally. I suggest diversify your community, the members of your community, in order to achieve the health goals you have for yourself. Take care, guys. I hope that keeps you winning today.